All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the first and final episode of our intro series, or maybe the first ever exit interview. I am Kiki, and I am accompanied by two amazing creators, Ron, John, and John and Ray.
Wrong burger.
So you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Well, you already did it then.
Well, I mean, we'll say hi, you know.
Well, yeah, I'm Ray, Raimundo Alvidrez.
I'm John Mama.
So it's going to be a conversation about the chaos, the creativity, and the caffeine that got us through the semester. So let's do it. So let's start here. It's week 1, and how do you feel confident from before when you first started?
Like 100%. At the beginning, I didn't know anything at all. And pretty much at the end of the semester now, I have a grasp as far as what film editing pertaining to cinematography is.
Okay, what about you, Ray?
Yeah, like at the beginning, I also thought like we were just gonna shoot some stuff, and yeah, that was gonna be it. But yeah, I think I learned like pretty much a lot of things that I didn't even know. I didn't even know Premiere Pro existed, like, to be honest. But yeah, I learned many things from week 1 to today.
What would you say was one of like your favorite skills or what would you say is one of your strengths now?
One of my strengths, maybe I have learned a little bit about how to edit stuff. Yeah, I didn't have any clue like in editing. I used like a crappy app on my phone called InShot. And yeah, like I used to do YouTube videos when I was a kid, and yeah, that was everything I used. But now with Premiere Pro, like, which is much more professional, I have learned like many things of those things.
So what about you, John? Like, what's one of your strengths now, would you say, then, when it comes to editing?
Basically, it's going to be really weird, but you know how like on the mouses back in the day, it had like a ring in order to go up and down. You had a left and a right click. So basically, like these new mouses where it's just completely flat.
How old are you?
I mean, I'm 29, but like it's pretty weird when like you're trying to not make a mistake in Premiere Pro, since it's so like finicky and twitchy that like sometimes you're
It's more
barely
stable. You could
yeah.
like, you have full control of it.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what about Adobe? What's one thing that you actually like, John?
That it actually has to where you can go into the picture, the video, and change like the contrast, the brightness, saturation, things like that, and play with like the picture more.
The picture more.
Yeah.
What was that supposed to be?
Like in film, you kind of just like shoot with camcorders and like leave it the way it is. But like in photography, you can go in and change the whole complexity of what the frames per second picture looks like in film now.
That makes sense. So what about you, Ram? What's one of your favorite features? So like that makes sense to you.
Well, maybe, you know, clipping things together, like cutting all the frames. I think Adobe's a really good software to edit. Like I told you, I didn't even know it existed, and I didn't even know how to use it. But yeah, like this course and with the LinkedIn tutorials, I have learned like many things. And yeah, I think now I use it pretty well.
So now you guys have a grasp on Adobe. What would you say was like your favorite project that you've worked on so far?
Honestly, right now I can't think about projects because my mind's wrapped up in finals week, and basically this class I was just trying to like get by the best I could, because coming into this I didn't know much at all when it comes to film. I mean, there was a lot of fun projects. I'd say every project was fun. I just can't think about a specific one right now until the semester's over.
You're just cluttered up.
Cluttered up, my dude.
What about you, Ray? What was your favorite one?
Well, I will say the midterm project was my favorite project. I was really happy with the final product. Although it was a challenge to record it. Well, I don't know if you know, but I live in Mexico, and yeah, checking out the cameras, it's like a big deal when you live in Mexico, because you cannot cross them through the border and all that stuff. So I had to leave them like in my local Burger King, and I left the cameras there, and then I recorded like Oh, come on. It's not that sad. It's not that deep. But yeah, also getting a subject to do that with me was like a whole thing, and I had to buy him a Subway while we were here, like to pay him.
Like a whole subway with a train and everything.
No, what
Like
are you
the
talking
sandwich
about?
or like
like
the
the
Subway?
the sandwich, the Subway sandwich.
Like a 6
Yeah.
inch or a foot long.
Yeah, like just to pay. But yeah, I would say that would be my favorite project. Yeah.
Okay, so what about the class experience? Did you guys get along with your classmates, your professor? How was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, like towards the end, we started doing more like group activities, which helped us like loosen up and get to know each other more.
Yeah, I also agree with John. Like many times, I didn't even speak to any of you. But yeah, like with the group projects, I think sometimes it's necessary. Yeah, I think the professor is patient and conscious of what someone already said. But yeah, all the projects I think are kind of fun. And yeah, we're like learning, not like PowerPoint stuff. We're like actually doing the stuff, and I think that's really good to actually learn. Woo!
So you guys are a fan of pretty much the hands-on experience, as opposed to like doing essays and just bring shit off the board.
Yeah, like pretty much every week I need to spend. I always come here to the lab to do some homework, and yeah, I think that's better than like just chat GPT stuff, and yeah, because I don't
cheating
even
your
do
way
any
through it.
essays with it.
That's
Yeah.
good. So, so what was the pace for you? Like just the overall experience, like the ambient of the class.
The what's
Yeah,
one?
like the ambience. Like, was it just
Ambiance?
yeah.
Yeah.
How was that for you? How would you describe it? Like just the class setting, like the
Oh,
class
yeah.
tone.
Well, it was sometimes it's kind of tiring, like the 2 hours of class. I get sometimes tired. Yeah, if I'm being honest, because I come from work and then I do all that stuff. Why do you always put the sound effects on me? I'm not even saying nothing like that. But yeah, pretty much the thing. But also like checking out the materials has been like, I don't know, but really tiring. I think that will be like some of the things I should consider it, like when you're gonna take this class or something.
So what about you? What do you passing the class or like getting past the work stuff? What do you expect for the future? We'll start with you, John. Like after this class, what hopes do you have, like with all the things you learned or gotten to do?
That's a good question. I mean, it's going to retain and stay in my mind. I don't know where it's going to take me as far as wherever there's work. That's where it's probably going to take me, because I mean, I'm taking a media writing class right now too, and that opens your eyes up to the writing side of film, because this was all like digital and like video. So it's just going to depend where there's work, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like the same stuff. I would like to, like to be a college professor, like to teach these things. I have always wanted to be a teacher, but yeah, I changed like to this thing, like to also teach it. But yeah, like also in the meantime, I could also like do some projects. Like one, a classmate in my work. No, not classmate. Like how do you call it? A colleague. Yeah, he paid me $10 to make him a video, so he could ask his girlfriend.
Just 10.
Yeah, just 10. Yeah, it was
for 20.
10 pesos or dollars?
No, $10. Yeah, because he's my friend and everything. He paid me $10 to make him a video to ask his girlfriend, well, to be his girlfriend. And yeah, like I started to see that, and now I can like make some Chuck E. Cheese out of this. And yeah, maybe like I could go that way as well.
Sure.
So we reached the final fade out of today's show. So any last shout outs or final thoughts or unexpected lessons from the semester?
Right?
Well, yeah. Just don't live in Mexico, and yeah, you should be good for this class.
What about you, John?
Yeah, I mean, everything was smooth. I mean, pretty legit.
It's not done yet. Job's not finished.
Yeah, I know, but this is for a project. So like, this is supposed to be the end, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So all right, well, thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and a huge props to John and Ray. And this is us closing out the semester.